प्रयते गृह्यत कृपातं हम वन्दे श्रीकृपीनतारणं पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुव एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। वृन्दायै तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियायै केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्तिपदे देवी सत्यवते नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। As per the order of my spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Nishkam Shanta Maharaj, I'm going to read Srimad Bhagavatam and Canto 8, Chapter 19, and Shlok number is 13. Yes, 13. Before going to read this chapter, I just want to brief summary. The chapter name is Lord Vamandev Begs Charity from Bali Maharaj. This 19th chapter describes how Lord Vamandev asked for 3 pays of land in charity. Now, Bali Maharaj agreed to his proposal, and how Shukracharya forbade Bali Maharaj to fulfill Lord Vamandev's request. When Bali Maharaj, thinking Vamandev to be the son of Brahman, told him to ask for anything he liked, Lord Vamandev praised Hiranyakashipu. Lord Vamandev praised Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha for their heroic activities, and after thus praising the family in which Bali Maharaj has born, he begged the king for 3 paces of land. Bali Maharaj agreed to give this land in charity, since this was very insignificant, but Shukracharya, who could understand the intention, I think, he could understand that Vamandev was Vishnu, the friend of demigods, forbade Bali Maharaj to give this land. Shukracharya advised Bali Maharaj to withdraw his promise. He explained that in subduing others, in joking, in responding to danger, in acting for the welfare of others, and so on, one could refuse to fulfill one's promise, and there would be no fault. By this philosophy, Shukracharya tried to dissuade Bali Maharaj from giving land to the Lord Vamandev. This was the complete summary of this chapter. Now I am going to read 13 text. Srimad Bhagavad Mahabharata, 8 Canto, 19 chapter, 13th text. Vedanuvandha etavana mrityuho yorih dehinam ajnana prabhavon manyuraham manopabrahitaha. Translation. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Translation given by Shri Prabhupada. And purport. Hiranyakashipu's anger against Lord Vishnu persists until his death. Hiranyakashipu's anger against Lord Vishnu persisted until his death. Other people in the bodily concept of life maintain anger only because of false ego and the great influence of ignorance. Generally speaking, purport, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Generally speaking, even though the conditioned soul is angry, his anger is not perpetual but temporary. It is due to the influence of ignorance. Hiranyakashipu, however, maintained his enmity and his anger against Lord Vishnu until the point of death. He never forgot his vengeful attitude towards Vishnu for having killed his brother. Hiranyaksh. Others in the bodily concept of life are angry at their enemies but not at Lord. Hiranyakashipu, however, was everlasting angry. He was angry not only because of false prestige but also because of continuous enmity towards Vishnu. Text 14. पिता प्रह्लाद पुत्रस्ते तद्विद्वान्द्विजवत्सलः स्वयमायुर्दिर्जलिङ्गेभ्यो देवेभ्यो दात् सायचेत्. Your father Virochan, the son of Maharaj Prahlad, was very affectionate towards Brahman. Lord explained him that Maharaj Virochan, Bali's father, was so pleased. Maharaj, your father Virochan, the son of Maharaj Prahlad, was very. Virochan was the son of Maharaj Virochan, was the son of Prahlad Maharaj, and was very affectionate towards Brahmins, although he knew very well that it was demigod who had come to him in dress of Brahman, and at their request he delivered to them the duration of his life. Purport. Maharaj Virochan, Bali's father, was so pleased with the Brahmins community that even though he knew that those approaching him for charity were the demigods in the dress of Brahmins, he nonetheless agreed to give it. Text 15. भवानाचरितान् धर्मान् स्थितो ग्रहमेधिभिः ब्राह्मणे पूर्वजे सूर्येन्द्रन्ये शोधां कीर्तिभिः. Translation. You also have observed the principle followed by the great personality who are householder Brahmins. Your forefathers, and by great heroes who are extremely famous for their exalted activities. Text number 16. Tasmat advato mahimish bhishada praneham bharatarshabhata padani trini daitendra sammitani padamama. O King of Daitya, from your destined majesty, who come from such a noble family and who are able to give charity munificently, I ask only 3 paces of land to the measurement of my step. Purport. Lord Vamandev wanted 3 paces of land according to the measurement of his footsteps. He did not want more than necessary, but although he pretended to be an ordinary human child, he actually wanted the land comprising the upper, middle and lower planetary systems. This was just to show the prowess of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Text number 17. Nanyat te kamaya rajan badanaye jagat ishvarat naina prapnoti vaividam yavad artha pratigraha. Translation. O King, controller of the entire universe, although you are very munificent and are able to give me as much land as I want, I do not want anything from you that is unnecessary. If a learned Brahman takes charity from others only according to his need, he does not become entangled in sinful activities. Robert. A Brahman or sannyasi is qualified to ask charity from others, but if he takes more than necessary, he is punishable. No one can use more of the Supreme Lord's property than necessary. Lord Vamandev indirectly indicated to Bali Maharaj that he was occupying more land than he needed. In the material world, all distress are due to extravagance. One acquire money extravagantly and also spends it extravagantly. Such activities are sinful. All properties belongs to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and all living beings who are son of the Supreme Lord have the right to use the Supreme Father's property. But one cannot take more than necessary. This principle should especially be followed by Brahmins and Sannyasi who live at the cost of others. Thus Vamandev was an ideal beggar, for he asked for only 3 pieces of land. Of course, there is a difference between his footsteps and those of an ordinary human being. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, by his inconceivable prowess, can occupy the entire universe, including the upper, lower, middle planetary system, by unlimited measurement of his footsteps. Text number 18. Shri Valirvacha Aho Brahman Dayadaha Vachasate Vradha Samataha Samahataha Dvayam Balu Balishamatihi Swartham Prati Abuddho Yatha. Translation. Bali Maharaj said, O son of Brahman, of a Brahmans, your instructions are as good as those of learned and elderly persons. Nonetheless, you are a boy, and your intelligence is insufficient. Thus, you are not very prudent in regard to your self-interest. Purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, being full in himself, actually has nothing to want for his self-interest. Lord Vamandev therefore had not gone to Bali Maharaj for his own self-interest, as stated in Srimad Bhagavad Gita 5.29. Bhoktaram yagna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. The Lord is the proprietor of all planets in both the material and spiritual world. Why should he be in want of land? Bali Maharaj rightly said that Lord Vamandev was not at all prudent in regard to his own personal interest. Lord Vamandev had approached Bali Maharaj not for his personal welfare, but for the welfare of his devotee. Devotees sacrifice all personal interests to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and similarly the Supreme Lord, although having no personal interest, can do anything for the interest of his devotee. One who is full in himself has no personal interest. Text number 19. Mambacho bhi sammadhayaha lokanam ekam ishwaram padatrayam raniteyo buddhiman dvipad dashusham. Translation. I am able to give you an entire island because I am proprietor of 3 divisions of universe. You have come to take something from me and have pleased me by your sweet words. But you are asking only 3 pieces of land. Therefore, you are not very intelligent. According to the Vedic understanding, the entire universe is regarded as an ocean of space. In that ocean, there are innumerable planets, and each planet is called Dvipa, or is island. When approached by Lord Vamandev, Bali Maharaj was actually in possession of all the Dvipas, or island in space. Bali Maharaj was very pleased to see the features of Vamandev and was ready to give him as much land as he could ask. But because Lord Vamandev asked only 3 pieces of land, Bali Maharaj considered him not very intelligent. Text number 20. Napuman mama upabrajaya bhuyo yachitam arhati tasmada vrattikarim bhumin bhato kamam pratichami. Translation. O small boy, one who approaches me to beg something should not have to ask anything more. Therefore, if you wish, you may ask from me as much land as will suffice to maintain you according to your need. Shri Bhagwan Vacha. Text number 21. Yavanto vishayaha pratpreshthas trilokyam ajit indriyam na saknuvanti te sarve pratipuraitam nrapa. The personality of God had said, "O my dear king, even the entirety of whatever there may be within the three words to satisfy one's senses cannot satisfy a person whose senses are uncontrolled. This material world is an illusory energy to deviate the living entity from the path of self-realization. Anyone who is in this material world, is extremely anxious to get more and more things for sense gratification. Actually, however, the purpose of life is not sense gratification, but self-realization. Therefore, those who are too addicted to sense gratifications are advised to practice the mystic yoga system or Astanga yoga system, consisting of yama, niyam, asana, pranayam, pratyahar and so on. In this way, one can control the senses. The purpose of controlling the senses is to stop one's implication in the cycle of birth and death, as stated in Rishabhadev. Nunam pramatta kurute vikrama yad indriya pritaya apranoti na sadhu manayata atmano yam asannapi kleshada asadeha. When a person considers sense gratification the aim of life, he certainly becomes mad after materialistic living and engage in all kinds of sinful activities. He does not know that due to his past misdeed he has already received a body which, although temporary, is the cause of misery. Actually, the living entity should not have taken on a material body, but he has been awarded the material body for sense gratification. Therefore, I think it not befitting an intelligent man to involve himself again in the activity of sense gratification, by which he perpetually gets material bodies one after another. It is given in Srimad Bhagavatam 5.5.4. Thus, according to Rishabhadev, the human beings in this material world are just like madmen engaged in activities which they should not perform, but which they do perform only for sense gratification. Such activities are not good because in this way one creates another body for his next life as punishment for his nefarious activities. And as soon as he gets another material body, he is put into repeated suffering in material existence. Therefore, the Vedic culture or Brahmanical culture teach one how to be satisfied with possessing the minimum necessity in life. To teach this highest culture, Varnashrama Dharma is recommended. The aim of Varnashrama division, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi, is to train one to control the senses and be content with the bare necessities. Here, Lord Vamandev, as an ideal brahmachari, refuses Bali Maharaj offer to give him anything he might want. He says that without contentment, one could not be happy even if he possesses the property of entire world or the entire universe. In human society, therefore, the Brahmanical culture, Kshatriya culture and Vaishya culture must be maintained, and people must be taught how to be satisfied with only what they need. In modern civilization, there is no such education. Everyone tries to possess more and more, and everyone is dissatisfied and unhappy. The Krishna consciousness movement is therefore establishing various forms, especially in America, show how to be happy and contented with minimum necessities of life, and to save time for self-realization, which one can very easily achieve by chanting the Maha Mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Today, end of this and today's reading, and of the reading today, just I want to offer my humble pranam. Jai Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran ki jai, Jai Srimad Shira, Jai Shri Sadhu Vaishnavas ki jai, Jai Shri Radha Kunshi Sham ki jai, Shri Giri Govardhan ki jai, Jai Shri Gupt Giri Govardhan ki jai, Shri Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Shri Puri Dham ki jai, Shri Navdeep Dham ki jai, Shri Chakaon ki jai, Varsani Dham ki jai, Ganga Mai Jamuna Mai ki jai, Shri Nanda Devi Tulsi Devi ki jai, Jai Shri Patita Pavan Jagannath ji ki jai, Subhadra ki jai, Baldev ji ki jai. जय श्री श्री चैतन्य सारस्वत मठ की जय, जय श्री चैतन्य सारस्वत इंस्टीट्यूट की जय, श्री प्रिंसटन भक्ति वेदांत इंस्टीट्यूट की जय, जय श्री श्री भक्ति निष्काम सेवा कुंज की जय, श्री श्री माधव निष्काम सेवा कुंज की जय, जय। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू श्री श्री गुरु ग्राम जय।